I think I'm ready. Actually, no. Okay. 1, 2. What would you do if you knew that the US government and the biotech industry is putting your health at risk? That's right what is happening with genetically modified organisms or GMOs. We are already eating a lot of them, and the scientists are not sure if they are safe for us to eat or not. So companies like Monsanto are opposing or right to know what products contain genetically modified ingredients. Therefore, I propose to have the US government make the labeling of GMOs required. GMOs are put our health at risk. The history of GMOs have been controversial since the beginning. In 1973, Herbert Bayer and Stanley Cohen invented genetic engineering. This new technology was very promising because it could help improve science, medical treatments, and food production. It could also help to end world hunger. In 1992, the FDA said that genetically modified food was safe to eat and that no more research was needed to putting them into the market. But the truth is that the FDA scientists say that they were dangerous and that long-term research was needed before putting them into the market. But apparently there was some corruption and politicians had ties with people from Monsanto. For example, Michael Taylor, who was a former attorney for Monsanto, he was the person in the FDA in charge of making this policy. And he later became the vice president for Monsanto. So as a result, about 75% to 80% of the processed food in the US contain GMO ingredients, which is about 15% of our diet. Science has continued to research on the safety of GMOs. Some say that the research so far shows they are safe. Some even go further to say that there is already a consensus, such as the American Academy for the Advancement of the Sciences. They state the following, quote, "The European Union has invested more than 300 million euros in the research on the biosafety of GMOs. Its report recently stated, quote, within the quote, "The main reason to be drawn from the efforts of more than 130 research projects covering a period of 25 years and involving more than 500 research groups is that genetic engineering, especially GMOs, are not per se more risky than conventional breeding technologies." At the end of the quote within the quote, and the quote follows, the World Health Organization, the American Medical Association, the US National Academy of the Sciences, the British Medical Society, and every other respected organization that has examined the evidence has come to the same conclusion, end of the quote. This looks very convincing, but the reality is that some scientists from this organization challenged this statement. And I looked for the statement of the British Royal Society, and I found some interesting things. First, their document only talks about a very few dangers of GMOs, but they say that the plants can become allergic, or people who are not allergic to those plants to become allergic to them. And another huge concern is that GMOs with antiviruses can transfer those genes to the viruses inside our bodies. So this means that this can create super viruses that antibiotics cannot kill. So this is a big, big concern. Because the scientific research is complex, there is different interpretations and no agreement. I think no government or scientist can offer the certainty that GMOs are safe. Therefore, I propose to have the U.S. government to label these products. It is alright to know our health is a danger. Therefore, it is alright to know what products contain this kind of dangerous substances. Also, there is about 60 countries around the world, including the European Union and China, that already label GMOs. Also, there is, in the US, people already taking action. In 2012, this measure almost passes in California, but companies like Monsanto and Pepsi use about $46 million to campaign against, to turn the public opinion in their favor, so it didn't pass. A second attempt to do this failed this same year, 2014. Obama has promised to label GMOs, but let's see if he really does something about it. So in conclusion, GMOs are a danger. We are eating a lot of them. There is no scientific certainty, and our right to know is being denied. That's why I invite you to keep supporting this cause in any way possible with your agreement, broadcasting the message, and with your vote for the future propositions that might come up, so that you make sure that whatever you decide, your rights are not being denied.
Awesome.
Okay, thank you very much.